Imagine a treasure so powerful that it can preserve your dignity, protect your relationships, and maintain your peace of mind. That treasure is silence. As we journey through life, we accumulate wisdom, yet we often feel compelled to share everything with the world. But what if the true power lies not in what we reveal, but in what we choose to keep private? In Buddhism, the practice of right speech, samavaka, reminds us that words should be used sparingly, with purpose and kindness. Yet equally important is the understanding that some things are best left unspoken. The secrets we guard can shape our inner peace, allowing us to live with grace and authenticity. Throughout this video, we will uncover 9 essential aspects of life that, as we grow older, are best kept private. These are not secrets of deception, but keys to a life of self-respect, wisdom, and tranquility. We will explore each with real-life stories, Buddhist insights, and reflections that will transform the way you think about privacy and wisdom. If you've ever felt the weight of societal expectations or the pressure to prove yourself, stay with us until the end. The knowledge you gain today might just be the key to unlocking a more peaceful, fulfilling life. 1. Your age, the number that shouldn't define you. Age is just a number, yet society often tries to attach labels and limitations to it. As we grow older, revealing our age can lead to unnecessary stereotypes. People may assume we are weaker, slower, or less capable simply because of a number. But in truth, wisdom, health, and spirit are far greater indicators of who we are. Some people in their 70s are full of energy and curiosity, while others much younger feel burdened by life. Your experiences, passions, and mindset define you, not the number of years you have lived. Buddhism teaches us that everything is impermanent, anicca, including age. What matters is the quality of life we lead, not the digits on a calendar. Keep your age private and let your presence, actions, and mindset speak for themselves. In many cultures, elders are revered for their wisdom and life experiences rather than their numerical age. However, in modern society, particularly in the Western world, youth is often celebrated while aging is viewed with apprehension. This mindset creates an unnecessary fear of growing older, making people feel pressured to remain youthful in appearance and demeanor. Instead of succumbing to these social expectations, embrace the wisdom and insight that come with age. Consider the story of an elderly Zen master who was once asked about his age. He smiled and responded, "I am as old as the morning sun and as young as the passing wind." His response reflected a deep understanding of impermanence. Time flows endlessly, and what truly matters is how we experience each moment, not the years we have lived. Moreover, our perception of age can directly impact our well-being. Studies have shown that those who perceive aging as a time of growth and wisdom tend to live longer and healthier lives than those who fear it. Your body may change, but your spirit, your passions, and your ability to learn and adapt remain ever vibrant. The key is to cultivate a sense of gratitude for the journey you have taken rather than dwelling on the years that have passed. The next time someone asks your age, consider shifting the focus. Instead of responding with a number, speak about the experiences that have shaped you, the lessons you have learned, and the joy you continue to seek. Let your actions, your wisdom, and your energy define you, not a calendar year. 2. Your financial situation. Money talks, but wisdom. Whispers, money is a topic that can change relationships in an instant. Whether you have abundance or struggle, sharing details about your financial situation can lead to judgment, jealousy, or unwanted expectations. Wealth, or the lack thereof, can alter the way people treat you. If you are financially well off, you may find that some individuals start seeking favors, expecting generosity, or even resenting your success. On the other hand, if you face financial difficulties, sharing too much may invite pity, unwanted advice, or even subtle forms of discrimination. The Buddha taught that attachment to material wealth leads to suffering, dukkha. Money is a tool, not a definition of who we are. While financial stability can bring comfort, true peace and happiness come from our internal state rather than external possessions. Keeping financial matters private allows us to live with freedom, without the burden of others' expectations or assumptions. Consider the story of a humble businessman who quietly amassed great wealth, but continued to live simply. He gave generously to those in need, yet never spoke of his contributions. When asked why he remained so reserved about his financial status, He simply said, "The moment people know what you have, their perception of you changes. I wish to be seen for who I am, not for the numbers in my bank account." This wisdom applies to all aspects of life. True richness lies in experiences, in the love we share, and in the wisdom we cultivate, not in numbers on a financial statement. Those who flaunt their wealth often invite both admiration and envy, but those who keep it private can navigate life with greater peace and authenticity. In many ways, financial privacy allows you to move freely in the world, unburdened by social expectations. Whether you are wealthy or facing challenges, your financial status is yours alone to manage and should not dictate the way others treat you. As the Buddhist principle of non-attachment, anatta, teaches, our value is not tied to external possessions, but to our inner virtues. If you must discuss finances, do so mindfully with those who have your best interests at heart. And above all, remember that true wealth is not in what you own, but in the peace, wisdom, and fulfillment that you cultivate within. 3. Family conflicts. The sacred bond of home family is both a source of immense love and at times deep conflict. Every household experiences disagreements, misunderstandings, and struggles. These conflicts, however, are not meant to be broadcast to the world. When we air our family grievances to outsiders, we risk distorting the situation, inviting judgment, and deepening the wounds that should be healed within. The home is a sacred space, a sanctuary for personal growth and emotional connection. When conflicts arise, they are best addressed privately, with patience and wisdom. Instead of seeking validation or sympathy from others, we should practice understanding and compassion within our own family unit. External opinions, no matter how well-intentioned, often lack the full picture and can fuel unnecessary resentment. There is a well-known Buddhist parable about a son who often argued with his father. Frustrated, he sought advice from a monk. Instead of offering immediate guidance, the monk handed him a cup of water filled with dirt and told him to set it down. After some time, the dirt settled and the water became clear. The monk then said, "Conflicts are like this. If we shake them constantly, clarity will never come. But if we allow stillness and time, understanding will settle." This story teaches us that resolving family disputes requires patience and introspection, not external interference. Instead of stirring the waters of conflict, allow emotions to settle before addressing issues with wisdom and empathy. Moreover, keeping family matters private protects the dignity of our loved ones. Exposing weaknesses or mistakes can lead to unnecessary shame, making reconciliation harder. Practicing right speech means choosing words that heal rather than hurt. Silence, when used with intention, becomes a powerful form of loyalty and love. If a family dispute feels overwhelming, seek guidance from a trusted spiritual teacher or counselor rather than discussing it publicly. The Buddha emphasized that true peace is not found in blaming or dwelling on others' faults, but in cultivating understanding within ourselves. By keeping family conflicts within the sacred walls of our home, we create a space where growth, forgiveness, and deepened relationships can flourish. 4. Your health, more than just a diagnosis. Health is deeply personal. While it is natural to seek support, constantly sharing medical details can lead others to define you by your condition rather than by who you truly are. The body is a vessel that undergoes continuous change. One day it is strong and full of vitality. Another day it may be fragile and in need of care. This cycle is part of life's impermanence, a fundamental concept in Buddhism. However, focusing solely on ailments can lead to a diminished sense of self-worth and cause unnecessary worry among those around us. Instead of dwelling on physical limitations, shift your attention to mindful living. Appreciate the present moment, nourish your body with kindness, and recognize that true well-being extends beyond medical reports. A person's energy, wisdom, and sense of purpose are far greater indicators of health than a diagnosis. Many great spiritual teachers have demonstrated that even in times of physical suffering, the mind can remain resilient. The Buddha himself endured illness, but never allowed it to define him. He taught that true healing begins from within, through acceptance, wisdom, and compassion toward oneself. Moreover, constantly discussing health conditions can lead others to see you as a patient rather than as a person with a rich life full of experiences and aspirations. When we focus on healing rather than labels, we allow ourselves to experience life with dignity and a sense of wholeness. If support is needed, seek guidance from those who genuinely care and can provide assistance with wisdom and discretion. However, remember that privacy over one's health fosters peace of mind and allows for a focus on strength, resilience, and the aspects of life that bring joy and fulfillment. 5. Your romantic life, the sacred space of love. Love, intimacy, and relationships evolve over time, but society often places unnecessary judgment on romance in later years. The most beautiful connections are those built on trust, respect, and privacy. As we age, our romantic relationships deepen in ways that go beyond mere physical attraction. They become a source of emotional and spiritual nourishment. Yet the world often holds outdated views on love past a certain age, seeing it as unnecessary or unimportant. But love knows no timeline. It only knows sincerity, devotion, and understanding. The Buddha emphasized love with mindfulness and respect, reminding us that true affection is not defined by public validation, but by the quiet moments shared between two people. A strong relationship should be a sanctuary, shielded from unnecessary scrutiny and outside opinions. Consider the story of an elderly couple who had been together for decades. Their love was not displayed in grand gestures or public declarations, but in the small, everyday acts of care, a hand held during an evening walk, a quiet conversation over tea, a knowing glance that spoke volumes. Their love was sacred because it was theirs alone, untouched by the outside world's opinions. Keeping your romantic life private allows your love to flourish without interference. It grants space for intimacy, emotional connection, and personal growth. Love, at its purest, does not need validation from others. It only needs mutual appreciation and presence. In the end, what matters is not how the world perceives your relationship, but the depth of connection you share with your partner. Protect that sacred space, cherish the love that sustains you, and let it be a source of quiet strength and peace. 6. Your charitable acts. True giving comes from the heart. The greatest acts of kindness are those done in silence. Publicizing charity can shift the focus from the act itself to the desire for recognition. The Buddha taught dana, selfless giving. True generosity expects nothing in return, not even acknowledgement. Give quietly and let your kindness ripple through the world unseen. When charity is done with sincerity, it creates a profound impact, not only on the receiver, but also on the giver. A true act of generosity is like a seed planted in the soil. It grows and flourishes without seeking applause. Consider the story of an old man who, every morning, left food for stray animals without telling anyone. He never sought appreciation, yet his simple act of kindness created ripples of goodwill that lasted beyond his lifetime. Giving without expectation purifies the heart. It frees us from ego and aligns us with the virtue of selfless service. The world does not need to know of our good deeds. What matters is that they are done with love and without attachment. 7. Your achievements. Let actions speak louder than words. There is a fine line between sharing success and seeking validation. True honor is built through quiet excellence, not through words. Achievements are best demonstrated through the impact they create, not the praise they receive. Society often conditions us to announce our victories, to prove our worth through accolades and recognition. However, the greatest leaders, teachers, and spiritual guides have shown us that the most profound accomplishments do not require external validation. The Buddha, one of the most influential figures in history, never sought acknowledgement for his wisdom. He simply lived it. His teachings, carried through generations, are a testament to the power of quiet greatness. When we seek praise, we attach ourselves to the fleeting approval of others, making our sense of fulfillment dependent on external forces. But when we commit ourselves to doing meaningful work in silence, we cultivate true inner peace, the kind that remains unshaken by opinions or recognition. Consider the story of a humble craftsman who spent his entire life building beautiful temples. He never boasted about his work, nor did he seek rewards. When asked why he did not claim credit for his masterpieces, he simply replied, "The temple is not mine. It belongs to those who find solace within it." His dedication was not for self-glorification, but for the greater good. This principle applies to all areas of life. Whether in career, relationships, or personal growth, Let your actions be your voice. A quiet achiever gains the deepest respect, for their success speaks for itself. The trees do not boast about their shade, nor does the sun announce its warmth, yet their contributions are undeniable. If you must share an achievement, do so with humility. Celebrate your journey, but do not let your identity be defined by external praise. True greatness is not about how many people recognize you, it is about how many lives you quietly and positively impact. In the end, the legacy we leave behind is not in the words spoken about us, but in the deeds that continue to inspire long after we are gone. 8. Past insults. The weight of letting go. Holding on to past hurts is like carrying a heavy stone. It only burdens the one who refuses to let go. Each time we revisit an old insult or grievance, we give it power, allowing it to take up space in our hearts and minds. But the truth is, clinging to these pains only causes suffering within ourselves. Buddhism teaches the art of forgiveness, metta, not for the benefit of the offender, but for our own liberation. When we hold on to grudges, we imprison ourselves in a cycle of negativity, replaying painful moments and allowing resentment to fester. The moment we choose to forgive, we release this weight and free ourselves from the chains of past suffering. There is a parable in Buddhism about two monks who were traveling together. They came across a river where a woman was struggling to cross. One monk carried her across, setting her down on the other side. As they continued their journey, the second monk was fuming with anger, saying, "We are not supposed to touch women, yet you carried her." The first monk simply replied, "I set her down at the riverbank. Why are you still carrying her?" This story illustrates the power of letting go. The past exists only in our minds, and the more we dwell on it, the more it consumes us. Just as the first monk moved on, so too should we release our burdens and walk forward with lightness in our hearts. Forgiveness does not mean excusing harmful behavior or pretending that wounds do not exist. It means choosing to no longer let those wounds control us. It means making peace with the past, acknowledging what happened, and deciding that it no longer has power over our present or future. If we continue to share our past grievances, we reinforce their hold on us. Instead, we should replace resentment with compassion, both for ourselves and for those who may have wronged us. Practicing metta bhavana, loving-kindness meditation, can help cultivate this mindset, allowing us to wish peace and happiness even upon those who hurt us. In doing so, we reclaim our inner harmony and free ourselves from suffering. The lighter our hearts, the freer our spirits. When we choose to release past insults, we step into a space of clarity, allowing ourselves to embrace the present moment fully. The less we dwell on negativity, the more energy we have to cultivate joy, wisdom, and serenity in our lives. 9. Personal beliefs. The strength of inner conviction. Faith is a deeply personal journey, a flame that burns within, illuminating the path to understanding and self-discovery. It is not something to be debated, compared, or defended. It is to be lived. The moment we expose our deepest beliefs to the scrutiny of the world, they risk being diminished, reduced to mere words in the minds of those who may not truly grasp their significance. Imagine a seed buried beneath the earth. It is safe in its solitude, quietly gathering strength, growing roots preparing to rise. But if it were to be unearthed too soon, it would wither before it had the chance to blossom. Likewise, our convictions grow strongest in silence. When we guard them, we give them space to mature, to deepen, to become an unshakable force guiding our actions rather than just our words. The Buddha himself never sought to impose beliefs upon others. Instead, he invited seekers to experience the truth for themselves, to walk the path, to find wisdom not through argument, but through direct realization. True conviction needs no validation. When you carry your faith within you, unshaken by doubt, untouched by the noise of the world, you embody its essence more powerfully than words ever could. Let your beliefs be like a quiet stream, steady, enduring, nourishing all that it touches, yet asking for nothing in return. The power of silence and inner strength. Imagine standing at the edge of a quiet lake. The surface is still, reflecting the sky above. This is the state of a peaceful mind, unshaken, undisturbed. But the moment we toss in the pebbles of gossip, grudges, or unnecessary revelations, the ripples spread, distorting the clarity. The older we grow, the more we realize that wisdom is not in how much we say, but in what we choose to keep within. Silence is not weakness. It is a profound strength, a form of self-preservation, and a path to deeper peace. By protecting our privacy in these 9 areas, we allow ourselves to live with greater dignity, authenticity, and freedom. What we withhold is just as powerful as what we share. So before you speak, ask yourself, is this necessary? Will this bring peace? If not, let it go. The path to inner strength is paved with silence, wisdom, and the quiet power of self-awareness. May your journey be filled with peace, wisdom, and the serenity of knowing that what you keep inside is just as valuable as what you share with the world.